Well, we continue our conversation with the Maddox and Wahli team from Northeastern Group Realty. We had just mentioned that the market is not the same as it was 10 years ago. I feel like everyone I see that has posted something about their house selling, it sells like that. My concern is that means that I have to buy one. If I were to sell mine, I have to buy a new one. And what's it like for a buyer in this market?
Well, buyers are very sophisticated these days because there's a lot of technology. There's Zillow, there's Realtor.com. So buyers watch those markets and they watch their neighborhood and they know every house that's sold and for exactly how much it's sold for. And they've even done the calculated square footage. So when we put a house up for sale, that house has to be within a 2 to 3% gap of real price versus sell price, or the buyer passes and they're not interested. And buyers in this market, since it's a seller's market, buyers are frustrated at times that the houses go so quickly.
I have heard people that are actually, when they go to get their mortgage, they're actually coming up with the difference in appraised value versus a selling, what it's being sold for, because they just they need a house. They just want to buy a house. So if I'm going to sell my house, what does this kind of market mean for me?
Well, it is a seller's market, so it's great because on one side you'll probably get a little more than you anticipated for your house if you're pricing it well. But what it also means for you is that you definitely want to have that house lined up that you're wanting to go into first, so that you're actually securing that home, because there is some frustration there as to, okay, if I sell my house, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
And with that in mind, you just need to make sure that you've got an agent ready there, willing to guide you and also show you all the pros and cons of whether you should sell your home first or go ahead and buy, make it contingent or not contingent. It's very hard sometimes to get some of the contingent deals done because that is a fear for that seller that you're buying their home. So just knowing which way is best. Hopefully your house would sell quickly also.
One of the things that we feel we're really good at is pricing that home. Melissa has over 4,000 hours of credit hours towards an appraiser's license and does bank appraisals for refinance deals. And that really gives us an edge and that ability to price it right.
I do BPOs.
Okay.
I'm not a licensed appraiser, but they are very, very similar in the fact that I am I'm putting prices on homes, and I have done over 4,000 credit hours towards that.
That's a lot of hours.
Yes, it is.
And I would think this kind of market is what makes it even more imperative for somebody to be working with you all, because that's really complicated. It gets really complicated, and I don't want to be homeless.
Absolutely.
We won't let you be
honest. Now here's a question. For people who are thinking, well, I'd like to put my house on the market, but I need a couple new windows, or in my case, I need new carpet in the bedrooms or new flooring. So because it's such a seller's market, is it on an individual basis, or is there kind of an overriding, just get it on the market, buyers are going to want to buy anyway?
Well, what's great about us is that we do work a lot with contractors, and we can get you quotes right up front and try to either do it as a smorgasbord where the buyer can choose if they want some things done and price it accordingly, because sometimes things have to be done for types of financing. So that way we're not ruling out certain buyers if your house won't qualify for FHA or VA because your windows are rotted or something like that. I can't imagine that being the case. But the fact that we can get contractors there to get things done quickly. And work quickly and work hand in hand with you to maximize what you would be getting for your home is awesome, and open it up to all those extra buyers.
We're a little different from other agents because we will sell a menu option list where you buy the home and maybe you need a fancy garage built, or maybe you need new carpeting, or maybe you want white trim instead of honey oak trim. We're able to roll that into the deal at times. So you can buy your home and get the master walk-in closet that you wanted, or the tile shower that you wanted, and it's all wrapped up as part of the deal.
Because I think a lot of times people think, I'm only going to get that stuff, I'm only going to get what I want if I build.
And that's not the case. And existing homes, sometimes you can find a great bargain still in competition with new construction.
Well, we want to talk about new construction. Specifically, we also want to talk about this development project that's going to happen downtown, and we'll talk about that next. Stick with us. We'll be right back.